Hello, happy friends of rocks. How's everybody doing out there today? It is a happy Thursday. We get a little bit overcast, so there's that. I think it might rain later. Who knows? Who knows? This is Georgia. It could be anything. I had a friend visit from Canada one time. He's like, "What do I bring?" And I'm like, "Three of everything. This is Georgia." And he was like, when he got here, and he'd been here for about a week. He was like, I thought you were kidding about the two of everything. And he's like, no, you're absolutely right. It's Georgia. It could rain one minute. It could be cold one minute. It's Georgia. I think it's everywhere, though. I really do. I'm Cassie. You joined me in Cassie's Corner. I really don't have a whole lot to say today. I really don't. I just wanted to give you updates and things like that. Don't forget to join Walking in Faith with Jacob Spears on December 12th. We have 8 days? Or is it 7? I can't count today. December the 12th at 6:30. He's doing a charity stream for St. Jude's Hospital. And I think that's very noble of him. It's very important to him that you know. And he has stuff for sale, his Walking in Faith ministry, at CBF. And her name would be Patrina Medina. And that number is 203-213-6501. And you want to know how I did that? I posted it on my computer so I would know, because I'm going to remind you every day until December 12th to join him on his charity stream. It's important to him. We're still working on the bathroom. I have holes all in my walls. I have no idea how all that is going to be repaired. Right now I think my husband went to the doctor, though. He's suffering from a cold that he can't get over, but that's kind of common for him, so I'm having to pray for him. I've been trying to help him along, and every time I go to do something, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to. It's so sweet. So that's that. And what else is going on in the world today? Just such a mess. Did anybody see Catherine last night? Princess Catherine of Wales, Princess of Wales. She was so glamorous. That is how you make an impression, people. That is how you go to a banquet, and that is how you're supposed to look. Like, you're supposed to wow people. You're not supposed to, like, show off all kinds of skin. You're not supposed to, like, wear body hugging. I mean, it kind of was body hugging, though. But it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I love seeing her all dressed up and her beautiful hair just flowing down. Not comparing her to anybody, but there are people out there that just do not know how to dress for their bodies. So there's that. I adore the royal family because they have so much history behind what they do. Like, our first president was George Washington. Where's George Washington now? I'm sure he has things like in the White House Museum kind of thing, or in the archives of stuff, the kind of things that he signed or things that he had. But these, the Windsors and the Wales and people like that, they have like things passed down from generation to generation to generation. And you can see some of the children wear things that children may have worn hundreds of years ago. I think it's just awesome to have all that furniture and all that painting and all that, all the tiaras and crowns and stuff, like for thousands and thousands, hundreds of years. I just think that's kind of awesome, all the way up to like Henry VIII, and that it shocks me. I mean, I don't know about the politics. I just love the rich history of it and the way that you can just, kind of like go in the castle and touch something that maybe somebody from hundreds of years may have touched. And I guess it's that way in the White House, but it's not like a bloodline kind of thing. I'm not sure that, I'm not going to down anybody, but I'm not sure how the bloodline would go in the royal family either. But there has to be some similarities through the years. Anyway, I love the history. I'm a history buff. Don't mind me. And I think with the presidents over here, and I'm not down in the USA. I love the USA. I love my country. I really do. But each president is different. They don't go on tradition, and they're easily changing, easily adaptable. That we have different parties. We have the Republicans, we have the Democrats, and they do laws based on their beliefs. And I think that especially with Queen Elizabeth II, Her late Majesty, she went by tradition in most of her rules up until common day. Excuse me. So, just really thrilled with Miss Catherine's dress yesterday. I was so impressed. Anyway, I do hope everybody has a great day today. I hope the weather is as you like it, but we can't control the weather. So, adapt and overcome. That's what we do. That's what I'm trying to preach here. Adapt and overcome. It is important that you start to adapt and try to make your mind see it that way. It's very important because you don't get the stresses and you don't get stuck in the same thinking. So just adapt and overcome. Breathe. Nothing is ever as you wish it to be. Very rarely do I ever have things work the way I want them to. Very rarely. But you still have to laugh it off. You still have to have a good mind about it. I hope you all find that great big belly laugh. Tell somebody you love them today. Make sure that somebody has learned that you appreciate them, whether it be your secretary, your coworker, the one that goes behind you and picks up after you, and especially in the workplace, that kind of thing is never happened. Especially with the work, with the boss employer kind of thing, it just does not. It hardly ever happens. But be that person. Be that kind person. Try not to let anybody else, make sure nobody else is suffering the way that you may be suffering. And you may be vocal about it. And that was my thing a lot, too, when I was real bad depressed. I would be vocal about the things that I would drag other people down, not knowing that I had done it. But I would talk about my depression. I would talk about things that would... and it was just day in and day out. I would talk about the same things over and over. No wonder people didn't want to be around me. Nobody wants to be around a sad person. A lot of people are really good about keeping in their depression. You wouldn't know it. They hide it very well. I couldn't. I had to let it out. And I was just letting it out at the wrong time, at the wrong person, the wrong, there's a season and a time for everything. So I would do it at work. I would do it. I just shouldn't have done it at all. I should have just left it to my therapist if I had one or whatever. But yeah, be aware of who you're complaining to and how much you complain to them, because you can bring them down also. You don't want to do that. You want to build people up, especially as women. I've learned, I watched a YouTube thing this morning actually, and the man was talking about a star, and everybody's going out and talking about how old she is. Well, okay, she's in her 50s, and women drag a lot of women down, whether they've had too much cosmetic surgery, whether they're getting old, the wrinkles. Oh, she looks old. She looks horrible. She looks this, that, the other. We shouldn't be that way. I think people are beautiful with their wrinkles and with their old age, and that's the point of being young. They've made their impact when they're younger, and they're going to grow older. I wish we had, and just for instance, Marilyn Monroe, I wish we had her to see how she would have aged. I mean, that's just how I feel. I would have loved to seen her beautiful, lines and gray hair, and I would have loved to have seen I would have just loved to seen her age. And we kind of got robbed of that. I'm not saying she was murdered. I'm just saying she's not here anymore. We kind of got robbed of that. Diana, I would have loved to have seen Princess Diana, Princess of Wales. I wish we were able to see how she would have aged, how good looking her genes might have held up. I would have loved to have seen how graceful she would have been. That kind of thing. So we can't talk about people. We can't bring them down. We can't do that. That's not nice. And when you bring other people down with you, I mean, it's like y'all two, you both, these people are going to be in the hole with you, and who's going to help you climb out? Nobody. Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're doing before you say it. So, anyway, have that great big belly laugh. Have a wonderful day. Try not to get too stressed. Don't let the stress bother you. On January 1st, we'll be reading a new book. Don't forget about Walking in Faith with Jacob Spears, his charity stream on December the 12th at 6:30 for St. Jude's. I'm looking forward to doing that. It's kind of I don't want to steal his thunder at all, but that day is kind of iffy for me because I don't know what's going to be happening on that day. But I want to be there with him. I really, really do. I'm looking forward to it. That kind of thing. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And do everything. Do the work. Do whatever it is you have to do. Do it with love because God is love. And that's how he wants us to behave. He wants us to be happy and he wants us to be, we're here for his glory. So let's glorify him by being like him and loving and being kind and that kind of thing. All right, guys, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.